Half Horse Tarot. I'm here with your monthly reading for the month of September 2018. Just a real quick thing before we get started, I wanted to go ahead and let you guys know that I have done monthly readings and mid-month updates for the month of August. While I know that we are moving into the month of September, it is always beneficial to go back and check out the last month's readings to see how the energy from the month of August may be carried forward into the month of September. For others of you, August is going to resonate more than September, so do just keep that in mind. Also, always make sure to check out the readings for your moon and rising signs as well to get some more insight into your information, or if this reading doesn't resonate with you, to check those out and see if one of those makes a little bit more sense with whatever it is that you happen to be dealing with. So, with that all being said, let's go ahead and get started. I'm actually really excited for your reading in particular. I think you guys are going to have a great month ahead of you. So, first and foremost, front and center, you guys have the Lovers as your central issue for the month of September. The card is in the upright, so this can represent a Gemini. For most of you, I don't think that's going to be the case. I think that this is going to be some sort of blessed union, possibly romantic, but it can also be something platonic or even in a work situation. Whatever it is, to me, it's a very positive, cooperative venture or relationship or connection. And it's something, being a major arcana card, it's going to be something that I feel is almost destined for a lot of you guys. And if it is, a relationship of some sort romantically, that's definitely going to be kind of the feeling that you get, almost that sort of soulmate energy. If it's more platonic or even a relationship with your coworkers, it's going to symbolize a really positive, fruitful time for you in these other areas of your life. So I'm really excited to see that that's the central energy. I don't really have much more to say about it except that, whatever this is representing, it is positive. I do just also want to say that the Lovers can sometimes symbolize having to make a really major decision. I don't necessarily get that energy with you guys, but I do just want to throw that out there because pretty much every single sign for the last month or so has been getting this energy of decisions. And so for some of you guys, if it doesn't symbolize a relationship or connection, it could just symbolize having to make some sort of major, potentially life-altering choice. But with it being in the upright, I think that it's, it's going to be a positive movement forward, a positive decision. So that'll probably resonate with a few of you guys, but I do get a bit more relationship oriented, whether it's romantic, platonic, or whatever. So in your distant past, you guys have the High Priestess in the upright. And I really like this card. This is all about using your intuition, really going within. The High Priestess is somebody who kind of holds the keys to all of the knowledge, and she's just really discerning when it comes to who gets to know what when. So she kind of symbolizes being secretive, not necessarily being forthcoming with all of the information that she knows, but it's not really a negative energy. It's not really sneaky energy. It's almost like really knowing how to bide your time, how to be patient, how to wait, because that High Priestess energy is very passive energy. If she were in the reverse, I'd see her as being a bit more active and a bit more of a go-getter. But there's definitely that element of using your intuition, maybe even on a spiritual level, receiving some sort of guidance or messages that are helping you to kind of figure out how you want to proceed forward, even if it's in terms of a relationship, maybe discerning who you want to go for. If there's already a relationship in place, maybe evaluating how you want to make it better. There's just that element of being introspective, going within, and really thinking through something. So that being the distant past, this is something that you probably would have been doing for a while. And I think that that energy is going to kind of continue to carry throughout the month of September. So in the recent past, you guys have the Three of Cups. It is in the upright. I do just want to throw out there, just because it is next to the Lovers card, some people will say that it can symbolize a third party situation. So, you know, especially with the High Priestess here, secrets, things being done that, you know, aren't necessarily coming out into the light. Some of you guys may have been involved in a third party situation in the past. If that's the case, I think that you guys would more likely than not be the ones to have either A, been stepping out on your partner at the time, or B, to be somebody else's third party who was already married and in a relationship with someone else. However, because of the abundance of positive cards here that are surrounding that, if there is a third party situation, I feel like it's either a situation where you choose, you know, if you're the one cheating on your partner, you choose the other person, or if you are somebody else's third party, they choose you over your partner. You know, for some of you guys in that situation, maybe they'll continue to stay married just because there is the Four of Wands there, or vice versa, you continue to stay married. But whatever it is, it's kind of like whatever you want to happen in that situation, that's what's going to happen. Whether you want to stay in your marriage, you want to leave and be with somebody else, or that they want to do that with you, whatever the case is, I feel like you are going to be happy with the outcome of that situation. Again, I think that's going to be applicable only to a very, very, very small group of people. For others of you, the Three of Cups is just going to symbolize kind of camaraderie, celebration. You know, it can often symbolize platonic relationships and friendships, like getting out and being within a group of people and just really kind of enjoying life and being surrounded by good company. So, you know, again, with that Three of Cups and the Lovers being there, whoever this relationship is in reference to, be it romantic or platonic, the union seems to be really strong and positive and blessed, and potentially even there being some sort of divine or karmic connection between you guys. Just a really, really strong bond. So the cards that are above your central issue are cards that I interpret as kind of being external energy. So this could be things that are being done to you by somebody else, something that someone else in your life may be dealing with or going through. Some energy that the universe is bringing in your way, something that's just really out of your control, or even something that's just going on in your own head. So at the very top of your spread, you guys have the Temperance card. So this card can, in some cases, symbolize a sign of Sagittarius. If not, it's just gonna be, you know, this is all about balance. It's all about moderation, being patient, really like on almost a chemical level, making sure that everything comes together in the way that you want it to. And I think for a lot of you guys, I see this as almost being energy coming in from the universe on your behalf. Like things are finally starting to fall into place for you guys. So my only word of caution with the Knight of Wands reversed being underneath this, this could be a person, it could be a fire sign, this could be your energy, but if not, it could be an Aries, another Leo, or a Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, male or female. But for most of you guys, I think it's going to be something energetic. When the Knight of Wands appears in the reverse to me, it can mean several things. It can mean either that energy is being halted or blocked, like you're almost being so patient that you're not moving forward. Again, connecting to this High Priestess, almost a passive energy, like you are waiting to make your move, and then once this turns in the upright, bam, you're gone. You're moving forward, you're doing something and going off in a new direction. For others, again, just to caution some of you guys about the potential for being too reckless. You know, there may be that need to kind of have that temperance energy, to not be impulsive, to not be rash and quick to action, to really take the time to contemplate a situation, you know, with that high priestess energy and the patience of temperance, harnessing that level of, you know, discernment and contemplation, patience, and using that energy to propel you forward through the month and to ensure that you're making the best decisions possible for yourself. So overall, though, I do think it's definitely some good energy above you guys, especially if this is something that's coming in. It definitely says to me that there's going to be a lot more balance in the month of September than you guys may have been used to for these last couple of months. Like, things are really starting to come together and fall into place for you. So the cards that are beneath you are more like foundational energy. So this is often something that you know, something that you've been carrying around with you for a long time. It can also symbolize things that are within your control. So you guys have the Knight of Cups. This can be a water sign, male or female, sun, moon, or rising. And the water signs for your reference are Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. So if this is a person, they seem to be a very positive energy. You know, they're in the upright. Maybe they might be a little bit impulsive, but all in all, I think that they're a pretty solid person. This could also be energetically something coming in for you. Some sort of emotional offering, for instance. Because you do have the Lover's card right above it, and you have the Three of Cups, which can even be, in some cases, a romantic energy. Maybe somebody comes in and says, hey, do you want to be my boyfriend? Do you want to be my girlfriend? If there's somebody that you've been dealing with for a while, maybe they come in and propose to you. So it can be some sort of emotional offering like that. Just something that, and it doesn't have to be romantic, but that's kind of like the easiest way to define that. Just something that on an emotional level really kind of wakes you up and sort of breathes new life into you. That's something that kind of moves you from the passive energy that you've been dealing with into a more active phase. So on an energetic level, I really like that being beneath you guys. And again, you could be the one doing this to somebody else, since that is within your control. So it could be within your control either A, to accept the offer that comes into you, or B, to kind of pony up and make the decision to make that offer to someone else. So beneath that card, you guys have the Four of Wands in the upright. So going back to what I said, maybe somebody makes a, you know, offer of marriage to you, or vice versa. If that's the case, you know, first of all, congratulations. Second of all, it seems to be really, really positive. Just this line of 3 cards right here says a lot to me about that particular romantic union, if that is the case. If not, the Four of Wands is really just about celebrations, you know, going back to that Three of Cups, maybe getting out and doing things with your friends, going to parties or baby showers or whatever. Almost like putting yourselves out there. You know, in the past, you've had that high priestess energy, kind of almost, it's not like the hermit, but again, just being really passive and not really getting out there, especially on a social level. So with that being beneath you guys, maybe you guys are starting to do that, starting to branch out a little bit, get a little more involved in terms of events, especially regarding celebrations that may be going on around you guys in the next month. But with that energy also being beneath you, I like having the Four of Wands in your foundation, because the Four of Wands is all about stability. So I do think that if maybe in the past, like maybe in the last couple of months, you might have been dealing with some instability. You know, you do have the Nine of Wands here is kind of like the overall energy of your reading. So I think that some of you guys have definitely been through the ringer in the past. So having that in your foundation says to me that you guys have really started to kind of recover from any instability or any strife that you may have dealt with in the last couple of months, and you're starting to move forward. Now, moving into your near future, this is really the only card of the spread that I don't particularly like. You guys have the Eight of Swords in the upright. So I do think, again, that there are some of you that may be restricting yourselves, you know, going back to that high priestess energy, that kind of passivity, maybe even being too patient with the temperance card to where you're so focused on making sure that every little detail is right before you make a move that you almost inadvertently restrain yourself from being able to move forward. But all in all, it's not negative energy to me. It's surrounded by so many positive cards that I almost don't even want to spend much time on the card itself. I would caution you guys going forward, especially throughout the beginning of the month of September, to not let yourselves fall into that kind of mental trap or mental prison. If you guys are uncertain about things, if you're not really feeling sure of yourselves, just know that it's all in your head. The answer is right in front of your face. It's just all about kind of removing that blindfold and being able to look at your situation clearly. So by the end of the month, you guys have the Magician in the upright. Really, really positive energy. This is all about knowing that you have all the tools you need to manifest whatever it is that you want to manifest in your lives. The Magician is the number one. It's about as close to the Fool as you can get. So it's all about going off in a new path, in a new direction, really being a go-getter and taking that initiative to start making things happen in your lives. With the Nine of Wands being there overshadowing your reading, I do feel like some of you guys may have been feeling a little beaten down by life for the last few months. And now you're at that stage where, like I said, everything is kind of starting to fall into place. You have a really solid foundation, and you can take the knowledge, the tools, the skills that you have and the resources and just start to move forward down a new path and move in a really positive direction. So overall, I really, really like the energy that I'm seeing here, especially in terms of relationships, and within the umbrella of relationships, romantic relationships and platonic relationships with like your close-knit group of friends seem to be really, really great this month. So, congratulations on that front, especially if you guys are, going to propose to someone, or if somebody proposes to you. All in all, it seems like some really good energy. I do have some oracle cards here just to give us a little bit more information about what you guys may have been dealing with in terms of the energies of your past, and then what you will be dealing with energetically moving into the month of September. So for the past, you guys got the Asiatic Black Bear, which is also known as the Prostitute. And this card shows up when people are essentially putting themselves in situations where they allow themselves to be taken advantage of. You're gonna know if this applies to you. It's like you give so much of yourself for practically nothing in return. Kind of hence this term of prostitute. Not in a literal sense. It's just like you give, and people take. And it can, in some cases, even be an abusive energy. So I don't really get that for you guys, but again, people can take advantage of some people to that point. But all in all, with that being in the past, I think a lot of you guys are, really starting to come into your own, and you're leaving that energy behind. If you've been putting yourselves in situations where you allow others to take advantage of you, you guys are done doing that, and you're starting to move forward and really make things happen for yourself in a positive way. So I do just want to say, though, that if with this whole Lovers card and stuff being front and center, if there is a relationship that you are getting into, or one that you've been in for a while now, do just make sure that you are doing what you can to ensure there is a balance in terms of give and take, so that you aren't being taken advantage of. But with the cards that are in your spread, I don't think that's going to be the case for a lot of you guys. I think that's going to be some past energy that a lot of you guys have already, you've worked through, you've been through the ringer, with the Nine of Wands, in terms of maybe dealing with people who didn't have your best interests at heart. But now you're done with them and you're moving forward into something new, even a new relationship that comes in and is light years better than whatever you dealt with in your past, where you may have been kind of in that sort of victim-like situation. So moving forward, the card you guys have for your future energy is the Bee, which is all about potential. So the Bee shows up when you guys have a solid foundation to manifest whatever it is that you want to manifest in your lives. I really do think that the best way to think about the bee is to think about it in terms of the magician, which just show up in your reading. You guys have the power to make whatever you want to happen. And the one thing about the bee is that if you think about bees, you know, they live in a hive. They all work together day in and day out. It's all about cooperation. So when the bee shows up, this could just be a sign to you to be open to allowing other people in your life to step in and help you. You know, if you are a little bit uncertain, if you are dealing with that Eight of Swords energy, let some people come in, because it seems like you guys have a very solid support system here with this Three of Cups and the upright. Maybe you have some solid friends. It could even be a romantic partner. Just kind of being vulnerable enough to let others help and to work alongside others to get to where you want to be. So in other words, you don't have to do whatever it is you're trying to do alone. Even if it is a romantic relationship, maybe getting input from your family or your friends so that every aspect of the relationship doesn't have to weigh on your shoulders alone. You know, just really figuring out how to work as a team, even when it comes to otherwise individualistic pursuits in your life. So all in all, it's a really, really great energy. You know, just don't let yourselves get trapped by that Eight of Swords energy, you know, that stagnation, not moving forward, kind of holding yourselves back. Also, don't be overly reckless when it comes to moving into something new. You know, do take the time to kind of evaluate your situation. But other than that, I think you guys are working through that Nine of Wands energy that's overshadowing your reading, and you're really starting to move into something newer, and that's going to be more positive for you guys in the long run. So I really do hope that this resonated for a lot of you guys. If so, please go ahead and let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you liked the video, I would definitely appreciate if you would give it a thumbs up, share the video, subscribe to the channel. I do want to take a moment to thank all of you guys who have already viewed the past videos I've put out, giving me some thumbs ups, left some encouraging comments, subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate your support as I'm trying to get the channel off the ground and get it going and moving forward. So again, if this didn't resonate with you, make sure to check out your moon sign and your rising sign for some more information, or to see if one of those readings happens to resonate a little bit better with you. So thank you again, guys, for tuning in, and I will see you in a couple of weeks with your mid-month update.